Hey guys, it's Emma here, and today I am going to be primarily filming a ramble, and also at the same time I am going to be curling my hair. And if you couldn't tell from my last video, or if you didn't watch my last video, I got a major haircut. My hair used to be at about my ribs, and now it is a little below my collarbones. So I really like it. Oh, that was loud. Sorry. I really like it when it's curled, and my curling iron has been heating up for a long time because I was prepping for the video and it took me a lot longer than I thought it would. But I really love it curled. Now that I have like shorter hair, I didn't like curling it that much when my hair was longer because it would take so long, because my hair is pretty thick. Well, at least it was. It falls out a lot, so it's not much anymore. But I'm gonna start by brushing my hair, and I'm using this static free brush. It doesn't seem to have a by Cricut. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. It is literally probably the worst brush I've ever used. It's hard to explain. It's very shallow, but I'm just gonna run that through my hair. My ASMR voice isn't cooperating very well today, and honestly it hasn't been cooperating much at all recently because with my new camera, if I whisper, it's too quiet. As I learned in my candle haul video, a lot of people were saying that I was too quiet and that they couldn't hear. And the thing with that is that, well, I'm gonna buy a new microphone soon so I can fix the problem, but for me to whisper any louder, it would take a lot of breath. And I mean, I am a singer, so, well, I'm not a singer, but I do acapella and I do chorus, and I have for a few years now, so I do have pretty good breathing control, but it is still difficult to use that much air to speak for 20 minutes, you know what I mean? So I'm switching to softly speaking for the time being, and as you probably noticed, that's not necessarily my strong suit. But I like to keep my videos at about 20 minutes because otherwise I would have to edit them, and I'm looking for a new editing software right now because I didn't like the one I was using, so I'm trying to keep them unedited. So we're just gonna jump right in there. So what I'm doing is just taking the top section of my hair and putting it in a loose bun. So while I do this, let's get started with the ramble. And since the demographics of our videos tend to be in the 18 to 30 range, about 50% of you are that age range, it is, a lot of you probably won't know what I am speaking about, but today I'm going to talk about going to Tatinof, which I will explain in case you're not familiar with it. So Tatinof stands for The Amazing Tour Is Not on Fire, and that is a tour for the two British YouTubers, Dan and Phil, and they came to the US, and I went 2 days ago on Thursday to see them. I drove about an hour to get there. I just wanted to talk about like my experience. The thing with that show is they made it very clear that they do not want people talking about what happens in it, as they don't want like spoilers to be around. so that like people who are going to the show would like enjoy it less, if you know what I'm saying. So I'll just talk about like getting there and before and after. So, and I'm using this curling iron. I don't know the brand. I have 3. I don't know if you can see it. I have 3 curling irons, and I lost my other 2. I have a 1-inch one and a 2-inch one. I think this one might be 1.5 inch, but my other ones are Conair. This one's a backup, but I'm using this one. And I'm just taking about 1-inch pieces of hair and holding it for 20 seconds. But anyway, so I was with my friend named Julia, and we got picked up from school at about 3:30. Our school ends at 3:10, and my mom was late to get us, but so we drove there. It was about an hour, and the whole time I was freaking out. I have been watching Dan and Phil since probably September of 2014, and I was there when they announced their tour in March of 2015 or April, one of the two. And I was so excited. So I've been waiting about a whole year to go. So it was very, very exciting. When it finally came, I was so nervous, but on the way there, I was like, we were like screaming the whole time because honestly, sorry, I needed to swallow. Swallowing takes me a really long time. I was so excited. I love Phil Lester. Of Dan Howell and Phil Lester are the 2 people that I went to see, and I love Phil Lester so much. He is like the epitome of sunshine, and I was just so thrilled to be able to go and see them. And also, my hair is probably gonna come out really bad because I am not paying much attention to it. But yeah, we were screaming like the whole car ride there. It was about an hour ride. But it was so much fun. Like, it was the most fun I've ever had. We got there at around probably 6, and the show was to start at 7, and we were in traffic, but it was like right around the corner, and we saw a bunch of other girls who were running by with like cat whiskers on their faces. So that was so exciting. So we hopped out of the car in the middle of traffic and started running down the sidewalk with them. And I loved my outfit. I was wearing a black skater skirt and a flowy flower crop top. And we got to a crosswalk, and there were a ton of other girls, like a huge group of them. All like different, like they weren't all there together, but we were like basically together because we're all going to see the same show. And we were all freaking out because we could see the sign on the theater saying that we were there. And we got inside. There were thousands of people waiting, and the theater was beautiful. The lady scanned our tickets. It was a really nice experience. We saw that they were selling merch, but we decided to wait until after the show to go and get it because there was a really long line, but all the people were wearing their shirts. I was so excited. And we got in at about 6:30 after waiting for about half an hour, and it was so crowded. There were so many of us, but it's a really nice environment because everyone knows each other. Like, they don't know each other, but it's kind of like a big family because we're all fans of the same people, and we're all in this fan group together, and a lot of us talk like online and stuff like that. So it's just a really nice environment. Like, there were a lot of people, but no one was pushing or being rude or anything like that. We got in at about 6:30, and I couldn't film after we got through the doors, but I did film. So they have like a playlist playing before. So I filmed during that because I figured it'll be okay because I know a lot of people have been doing that, and also they hadn't made an announcement to tell us to turn off our phones yet. And like, I don't want to offend them, but it was really nice. And I'll talk about some of the songs they played. So it was like thousands of us. We're all finding our seat, and the songs they played were really amazing. Like, my hair is coming out really bad because I'm not paying attention at all. The songs they played were really amazing. They played Youth and this was all pre-show stuff, before the stuff they were doing. And I can't really talk about what they did, but basically, if you don't know who they are, they're vloggers. So they make like videos about like their lives, or they do challenges. It's really hard, I find, for adults to understand vloggers for some reason. And it's really also hard to explain them, but like, they play games, and people are fans of their friendship basically. But so I can't talk about what they did in the show, but it was very entertaining and it was so much fun. I'll talk about the songs they played before. So they played Youth by Troye Sivan, and Troye Sivan is an amazing artist who, I'm unlocking my phone, who is also a YouTuber, but his songs are absolutely spectacular. And I started talking really loudly just then, I'm sorry, I zoned out. He's another vlogger who is absolutely spectacular. I love him so much. He is precious. And they played Victorious by Panic at the Disco. We're all a bunch of emos. My song's Not You Did in the Dark by Fall Out Boy. Black Parade by MCR. Toxic by, is that by Britney Spears? I don't actually even know. And I'm not going to talk about the other songs that they did because I don't want to spoil the whole thing for anyone who's going. A lot of times I see fandom members commenting on our videos, and like, I want to respond to them and be like, yo, I got you, but I never really know how to do that without being obnoxious, so I never do. But because you watch our videos, yeah, no, I like Dan and Phil a lot. But then the show started. It was so amazing. There was a lot of like theatrical elements to it. It was so exciting. They did a lot of like, there was a lot of like interaction with the fans, but in like a good way. So it wasn't like, no one came up on stage, but there were still ways that they incorporated us. And it was all like, it was all voluntary. Like, they didn't make you do anything, which is really nice because I know that Dan has a fear of that. But the thing that I wasn't expecting was that with the whole show, they told a story. Like, there was a whole plot line to it. Like, I was just expecting them to get up there and do their thing, you know what I mean? To do what they do on YouTube, which they did, but they incorporated it. I talked very quickly and I'm not paying attention because I'm doing so much at once and I'm very passionate about what I'm speaking about. So I apologize. I also know that you guys do not like it when I apologize, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I need to do it for my soul, okay? I don't even remember what I was saying. But no, they made a whole entire story and incorporated what they do into it, and it was just so incredibly creative and amazing. And to anyone watching who wants to go or is going, you should do it. It's so much fun. There's nothing to be nervous about. It'll be like, take what you're hoping for and double it, because it is so much better than you could ever imagine. And to anyone who didn't get to go, don't worry about it because they're filming it. And that's another great thing, that they're filming it. And I know that so many of you don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm so glad I'm talking about it. And I swear to God, there was a part towards the end, and I can't say what he said, but Phil Lester broke my heart. And I'm saying that rightfully and truthfully. Phil Lester hurt me so bad with something that happened during the show, and I'm assuming it happens in every show, but it actually made me sob. And let me tell you guys about Phyllis for anyone who doesn't know who he is. Basically, he's like one of the kindest people ever. He is so nice and so loving. He does so much to make sure that his fans are happy and healthy, and we really love him for that. And I know that from anyone's perspective that isn't in the fandom, that this seems really silly to be obsessing over to random dudes on the internet, but I mean, is it really any different than obsessing over, like, let's say sports players? Like, we're passionate about people and their talents, and I don't see anything wrong with that. And I actually think that being into YouTubers is a really good thing, because it's really just enriching for a person's soul to be interested and like caught up with another person's life and to follow them through like their hardships and their good times and their bad times. And there's just something that like you can take away from that and things you can learn from that. And I think even like more so than sports or reality TV, like it's just a genuinely good thing to be able to connect through YouTube and connect with other people who watch it. Like, you can find so many amazing people that share the same interests as you through YouTube. And, you know, without it, we wouldn't have, let's say, the ASMR community. And I know that a lot of, like, adults and parents like to downplay YouTube and make it out to be some silly thing for teenage girls, but I really do sincerely believe that it deserves more credit than it gets, because it does a lot. And I think that people don't really realize the importance of things that make other people happy. You know what I mean? Because YouTube makes so many people happy. Like me, for example, like watching Dan and Phil and watching other YouTubers as well. It makes me very happy, and I know that it does that for a lot of other people. But anyway, back to the tour. If you have kids, respect the fact that they probably like YouTube. Okay, life lessons with Emma. After the tour, I was just so exhausted. I got in the merch line. There were 2 girls in front of me, and I think one gender neutral person or a boy or whatever they are. It's fine with me. I don't really care. I saw them. They didn't know each other, but they all made friends with each other. And it was really, really cool to watch like a friendship like develop in front of me over people that we're all interested in. But I got in line, and I was in line for like quite a while, but I got a t-shirt, and it's absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad that I did. And then on the car ride home, I was utterly exhausted. And the next day I couldn't even miss school. I didn't get home till 11, but I had to go to school because I had 3 tests on Friday, and I also had chorus, but luckily, like, I was screaming all night, so was everyone else, but I had chorus, and luckily my throat wasn't like hurting too bad, because since I am a singer, I know how to scream without hurting myself. That sounds weird. But anyway, we're about out of time. As you can see, I didn't get all my hair done. I'll finish it up after the video. Just a few closing things. If you don't watch Dan and Phil, I really suggest you check them out. They're really great. The lip colors I'm wearing, because I get asked this a lot, is Bordeaux by Ramble and Crushing Coral by Pixie. And the Crushing Coral's on the inside, the Bordeaux is on the outside. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Constructive criticism, anything like that. If you don't like this video, I have a channel partner named Hannah. Go check her out. Follow us on Twitter. I will leave the link in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this video wasn't terrible. I'll see you later.